Cecil is live on YouTube.
Default.
That looks good. The YouTube is up. I'm just waiting for the tab to load. Sometimes takes a little while.
Default. Sea salt.
See if we've got any cutters. Looks like it's just me, but it got started out really quickly, so I think we're a minute early. So the people will start coming in a minute.
Can only hope, right, Cecil?
But when the people arrive, they're going to be in for a treat. They'll see Cecil playing with his toy and bashing his dad. It's going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I did a video of that yesterday. I haven't had a chance to upload it yet. I don't know. Uploading is a little slow here. You'd think it was snowing and I was in Germany, right? It's actually not bad for a wireless connection to the internet, but a little dish outside the house that that beams itself over to one of the local stations. But I know they're stringing wire. I've seen them doing it, and they're coming this way eventually.
Mm.
And it doesn't look like I'm in the middle of town, but actually I am. It's just that the way the town is here, all the places are not close together. So, what are you doing? Oh, now you're going to stick it in my face. Is that what you're going to do? Hmm?
I hope there's no sharp edges on that thing.
Oh, there's a few. Ow.
Oh boy.
I found one. If there's a sharp edge, he'll turn it out away from himself and put it towards you. That's just the way he is.
It's like, Dad, I could get hurt.
Yeah. What are you doing, you big nut? You big nut. Hmm?
Oh, Falconsu's here. So hi, Falconsu. Nice to see you. He says, Happy Monday, everyone. Cecil has his ball today. Yes, he does. It's very chewed up. It's barely counts as a ball at this point.
Hi, Falconsu. Don't you go hitting him with that. You hit me with that. You leave him alone. You guys are friends. You don't need to cause any trouble. Leave the KK alone. KK is just down here nesting.
Oh, KK. That's a
He's
good
down
boy,
here
KK.
with his special musical toy.
Oh, you like that thing, don't you, KK?
He does. He'll defend it. He knows it's his. Don't you? You going to play it today, or are you just going to put your head against it? Cute when he takes something and drops it on there to make music.
Mm. Well, you look very cute down there, KK.
Well, Lucy's eye flared up again yesterday. I have no idea why. She's back on Terramite and giving her some baseball.
Poor Lucy.
Figure I'll give her a systemic antibiotic this time as well. So,
how long's it been since she last had it?
Time. There's the thing. I'd have to look
yeah.
back at my records. I don't remember yesterday. So it's been a while though. It's been, I would say, at least a couple of moons.
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I was like, oh, that was a stupid question. But yeah, I do think it's been a little while, so yeah, we'll see how she does, poor thing.
Cecil, it's all right. It's just a movie. Romeo's watching the Cane Mutiny, so.
So today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, apparently, in the US.
Yeah.
What do people do for that day?
There's a question. I'm sure they add the word sale after it somewhere. Every holiday in the United States is just a chance to sell more stuff. They usually write stuff up in the newspapers, I think, and put stuff on TV, but I don't think they do much else. At least some places do things. They should. I mean, it's definitely one of the better holidays, but he stood for something. It's just kind of rare. It's kind of rare over here, you know.
Oh, Lisa's joined us. She says hello, and she's sending love hearts for Cecil. You can tell Cecil that his number one fan is here.
Cecil, your number one fan is here. That's something from Pixar's Incredibles, the first one. The number one fan. He had a great hairdo, didn't he?
Cecil has lots of fans, but I think Lisa is his number one fan.
What do you think? What do you think? Oh, and give me the foot. Give me the foot. Hmm?
Yeah, Lisa says she doesn't get the day off for Martin Luther King Day. Still has to go to work.
You know, I think that most people don't get it off. I think it might be a government holiday. I never paid much attention to holidays, but I could have been. There are some religions that don't practice holidays. I could have been born into one of those. But I respect the man, what he did.
Falcon Sea says that you should do community service activities on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Yes, that makes sense.
I didn't. I couldn't hear that. Could you repeat that, please? What did you say?
I said Falcon Sea says that for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, you should do community service activities rather than buying things.
I agree. Yeah.
I think that's more in line with what he would have wanted.
He was a great lover of Mahatma Gandhi, too. Although Gandhi didn't particularly like being called that. He preferred to be called Mohandas, which was his actual name. But Gandhi was the one that started the nonviolent protests, and he was able to use those to actually engineer the British leaving India. Not an easy thing to engineer.
And it turned out reasonably well for some people.
It did. He didn't want the separation. He didn't want India separated the way they separated. He wanted everybody to live together, but you know, it's hard for people of different cultures to stay together. So he almost killed himself several times with fasts to try to get the fighting to stop. So it worked, but he really injured his health doing it. All right. So we got a little bit of crowd cover today. I think I have to turn the light. There we go. Usually this time of day we don't need a light, but
well, it's really weird because it's snowing here, and it was snowing during the night, so when I went into the bedroom, it was dark, obviously, but I went in and I was like, "Huh, it's really light," and it was all the street lights reflecting off the snow and coming in the window.
Jeez. Unlikely we'll get snow. It's pretty rare we ever get it. Just the first 2 weeks I was here, we had it happen, but I couldn't. I hate snow, and when I look at, although Lucy liked looking out the window, and so did Cecil. They both enjoyed watching the snow come down. It was fun for them. We did have one freeze here, and I don't think we'll have any more. Actually, froze the backflow preventer outside, so we couldn't get any water for an hour. But that was the big event for cold here.
And in Germany, they're having a snowstorm and it's destroyed their internet connection, which is why we don't have Marie today. But I'm in Scotland and we are having snow, but luckily it doesn't seem to have destroyed our internet. But if I go missing suddenly, then that's probably what's happened. And Lisa says, Don, can you introduce the flock? So who have we got today?
Today we don't have Lucy in here today because she's had that problem with her eye resurface. So she's on medication and she's being kept quiet, playing in her cage. But we have KK bird, the bird from Alaska. KK. Actually, he was in Nevada, then he went to Alaska, then he came back to Nevada. Ninja boy. And Cecil, who's having a ball, literally. Cecil. Sugar bird? Sugar. There's that look. Are you going to pet my beak? Are you going to pet my beak? And over here sleeping, we have Jasmine. Hey, Jazz. Nope. She's not going to wake up for me today. And Mander.
Oh, Salamander's out.
Salamander bird.
Mander. He's so big and pink and cute. We love to see the Mander.
He's pretty cute. He wanted out today. He was doing loop-de-loops in his cage. Take me out. Yesterday, he wouldn't come out. He just turned away from me. No, I'm not doing it.
Well, he knows what he wants.
Mander. What an energetic crowd we had today.
Yep. It's exciting stuff going on here. 5 birds all sitting completely still, doing absolutely nothing.
Pretty much. Well, I could fix that by bringing in a crazy bird, but actually, Pippa could probably come in now. He's not terribly fond of Pippa because she keeps bugging him, but
that's what the Pip does. She's an instigator. Sometimes I don't know if she even realizes that she's an instigator, but she just does what comes naturally, I guess.
She's some kind of gator. Snowball could come in. Let's go get Snowball. Come here. But just get up. Come on, get off my knee. There you go. Good boy. Now we'll just sit over here for a second. Just sit over there. Bring Snowball in.
And Jocelyn Triggle joined us. So hi, Jocelyn.
Snowball. Hi, Jocelyn. Come on, Snowball. You can come out now. Come on. There you go, Snowbird. It's just a Snowball.
Are there any frisbees for him to play with today?
Oh, there's frisbees in here.
Oh yeah, there's one.
He's been dragging them over to chair there because he likes to get under there and nest. There's your buddy. You want to go play with your buddy? You want the elevator? There's a question. What do you call a broken escalator?
Yes.
They call it a stair, a set of stairs, right? That's basically all it is. Now we got somebody stirring things up. Hi, Mander. Oh,
Oh
I know
no,
you
is
don't
man
think
going to get frightened?
I don't think Snowball will mess with him. We'll see. He didn't expect me to bring in Snowball, but Snowball isn't giving him any trouble. If he does, I'll take him out, but I don't think he will.
I think Manda just gets nervous because he gets looked at, even when Snowball doesn't do anything. He just stares. So there's an update from Jocelyn about Cinnamon. So she says Cinnamon is a good flyer now. He has hit my door a couple of times, but he's okay after it. Will he learn not to fly into doors? So I'm sure he will. He'll figure it out. I think all baby birds kind of have a a time when they just kind of are really clumsy, but they're usually fine.
Yeah, they do. I can remember Lorelai when she would take her feet and she'd wiggle them in front of her face like this. What do I do with this thing? Now she's good enough to fly by and rip your glasses off
Hmm.
using her feet
And I
or
think
her
they
beak.
fly quite slowly when they're still learning. So when they hit things, they don't hit it as hard as they would if they were going at full tilt. There's also a question from Lisa. She wants to know, is it okay if a parrot eats raw rice? So not cooked rice, but just raw grains.
Well, the only issue with grain, any kind of grain, is the same issue that everybody talks about with peanut butter. Um, if you if you keep the rice refrigerated, it shouldn't be a problem. But if you have any grain that's sitting out, it can develop that nasty little mold on the outside of it that could be a problem. Any grains you have for the birds should be kept refrigerated. But probably it won't cause a problem. Even a bird, as long as a bird is healthy, it doesn't being exposed to some of these things doesn't affect them at all. It's only unhealthy birds that have an issue with it, so it should be okay. I wouldn't do that with brown rice, white rice only.
I don't know if
There've
they
been some.
particularly have a taste for it. It's more if I don't know if you spilt some in your kitchen and then they pecked at it just out of curiosity. I've never heard of them really wanting to eat it.
I've never. That's why I hesitated so long. I've never seen a bird show any interest in rice, but um, and although with brown rice they wouldn't probably eat the germ, the outside of it. Uh, there's been some issues with the germ, depending on where it's grown, picking up a little arsenic in it. But you know, the actual rice itself doesn't have that issue. So yeah, if the bird wants to eat rice, I don't see a major issue. Just remember that if your bird's not looking healthy, don't feed them any kind of uncooked grain. At that point, I would definitely cook anything you fed them. If you bother him, you're going to leave. Snowball. Snowball.
Snowball.
No. Okay. All right. You have to go. here for a sec. I'm not going to let him get scared. Come here. You're not doing that today. Come on. You can come back out later. Come here. No, no. Come on. Come on, let go. If you start doing that to him, he won't be happy and then he won't come in here. So you'll have to come back out in the second group as usual, but it was worth a try. I know you won't work in there. Hippo will definitely chase him. Oh, he's back.
Poor Amanda. He's just a magnet for being chased.
Yeah, he is. You okay now? You all right, Mander? You okay? Not like anybody did anything to you.
Oh, it was so scary, Amanda. It was horrible. Snowball looked at you.
Ah! You really have it in for me, don't you? That wasn't very nice, but I stopped you. Cecil just got above me and pooped on me. So,
Oh,
well,
Cecil.
he tried, but I actually deflected it with my hand, and then we got some tissue. He came right up intentionally. He ever since I separated him from Lorelai, he's been doing this stuff.
Yeah, he's a little monster.
You are not supposed to get above me and then poop on me. You're not supposed to do that. And I know you do it intentionally. I know because none of the other birds do that. You're the only one that makes sure he's over me when he goes. Nut. You
You're
are a
so
nut.
naughty. You're a bad boy, Cecil. So we got a couple more viewers that joined us. We've got Kristen and the Parrot Babies. So hello, Kristen. And we've also got Spirit Matter. So hello, Spirit Matter as well. Nice to see both of you.
Hello. You want to say hello, Cecil? No. You can
He
say
won't
it.
talk on camera.
No. We did catch Sugar doing it, though.
Mm.
I got Sugar. And I have a gripe with the iPhone in that it doesn't make a beep or anything when you start recording. So if you have to move it around like I do, you sometimes don't actually start recording when you want to. She had said hello about 3 times before I finally realized it wasn't recording.
Mm.
And Filmer,
Hi.
hi, yeah, hi.
Hi. It was super cute when she did it.
Yeah, I've heard it. I hear it every week, a couple of times usually, but she was going off, and I had about a minute I lost because of that. And then Filmic Pro doesn't have. They should have some kind of a switch where if you want it to make a noise when it starts up, but they don't. I can't find an app that does. If anybody knows an iPhone video app that makes a sound when it starts recording or says recording, let me know.
Mm.
Because
Yeah, I know
unlike
what you
other
mean.
people, yeah, if unlike other people who don't have to catch things in process, it's not a problem. They set it up on a tripod or whatever, and they're looking right at the screen. I usually have to just hit it real quick and start videoing. But especially with Bob, I try to catch Bob doing anything. If I have to wait and keep staring at it until I can see it, the only way you can tell for sure that it's recording is to watch to see if the numbers are going from 0 to 1 to 2. You know,
Yeah, they should make it more obvious. That would be helpful.
I'm sure other people have brought this up to him. They've ignored it, so I'm not going to waste my time trying to. But there may be another app out there I'm unaware of I can use for videoing.
Maybe Pepper can commune with Steve.
Yeah. I wish he was around. I can't imagine all the innovations we would have if he was still here. Apple hasn't innovated much in that since he passed away. They've made new versions of the phones. That's and they did complete the innovation that Steve started by coming up with a single chip that does everything. That's where they were headed. No one knew, but they've done some things. But these are all ideas he had. So I think he didn't plan the watch. I think that was all. Well, no one can say. He might have had the watch in mind. No one knows, but we haven't seen a lot of innovation since then. What are you doing?
Is Cecil regurgitating on his toy?
He's just making his own gum.
What are you gonna stick it to, Cecil?
It's something they quite a few of them do. I don't know why they do it, but they do it. Amanda, what are you doing up there? He's out of the room. You're okay. At least I didn't bring in Pippa or Cause. I think he would probably have a heart attack if I brought Cause in.
Oh, that giant, terrifying cause. He's so vicious.
Well, the thing is, she's a good flyer, so no matter where you are, she can get across the room in seconds, 1 second or yes, and then I have to run to try to catch her. By the time I'm over there, there could be a problem. So okay.
Oh, so the spirit matter asked in the chat whose picture is that on the wall, and I said, "Oh, it's Pippa's poster of Steve Jobs." And Spirit Matter says, "I'm missing the backstory on that." Oh, it's a fun one.
Oh, it is. Um, she when I first got her, she used to fly into the picture of Steve Jobs and hang on it. So at least once a session when I was doing video, she'd fly up. She did it when I wasn't doing video too, but she'd just fly over and hang on that picture. Well, it was a smaller version of the picture, but
It was a different poster in the old house, but she loved it.
yeah, same photo, just a
And
smaller picture.
yeah, so we eventually deduced that yeah, we um we eventually deduced that she just really loves Steve and Apple products, because you know how Pippa was when she first arrived. She was a bit naughty, and well, not so much naughty, but just she's kind of brain damaged, and it showed. But whenever she came out to do video with Don, she would just behave perfectly. She'd just perch on his shoulder and help with the video, and she was a really good girl. And then one time, Don had a crate of apples, and she got into the crate, and then she took a bite out of each individual apple, so it looks like the logo. So we think that she's an Apple fanboy or fangirl.
Yep. I'd forgotten about the apple incident. That was funny. Just you got to take a bite out of every apple, and every one of them was bitten too.
Yeah, that was cute. And
I
Spirit
wish
Matter
you.
also.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
Spirit Matter also wants to know if we have fighting factions of the flock, but I think it's more just everyone frightens Manda rather than having factions as such.
Yeah, there's issues between some of them, but not really factions. Which was the old word that they used to use back around the time they founded this country I live in. What they called parties were factions. Um, Cecil gets along with everybody. Sure has her moments. She does. She gets along with Snowball, but she doesn't want him cozying up too much. Mander's afraid of most birds. If they leave him alone, he's okay. Jasmine will sometimes go after Salamander once in a while. Um, KK, when he first got here, went after Salamander. Doesn't do that anymore. Cause will launch herself at Bob, at Cecil, at Mander.
Just likes
Those
to
are
launch.
well, that's the thing too. She's got at least one bird in every group that she'll do that with. It makes it difficult. So she helps me make toys at night because if I put her in a group, she'll be sitting by me 1 second, and the next second she's off trying to get somebody. So
And she's quick as well.
yeah, oh yeah, and it's hard to read when she's going to do it. If she pops her head up at all, then I start getting nervous. So. For a smaller girl as she is, she has a pretty serious attack when she goes after the bird.
Mm. I
I'm
mean,
working on. I'm
she's
working.
about 1/3 of the size of Salamander, but he's terrified of her.
Yeah, and she goes after him. She goes after Cecil, and everybody gets along with Cecil except when he's beating her with toys. But she doesn't get along with Cecil. That's really unusual. He sees her and he wants out of the room. Oh, I'm not staying in here with her.
I don't know if it's even that she doesn't like them. She just has this urge to attack.
Yeah, I think it's territoriality. She's defending me, but because she's not afraid of them. So if it's not fear, it's got to be territoriality. Those are the only two reasons they'll do it. Or brain damage, but she's not brain damage. Um, Hard to say why she does it, other than territoriality. And I don't pet her that long. I pet her only on the head, and
I think it's just her quirk. She
yeah.
doesn't
Well,
like
what?
playing with toys or anything, so I think maybe just launching is just her
Yeah,
thing that she likes to do.
yeah. Cape Canaveral. Yeah, that's her. Well, when Peaches was here, I could bring her out. Coco also kept her under control, but she she
Yeah,
doesn't.
because
When
Paul's
she
would
go,
sit and snuggle up with Peaches. It'd get all in her feathers and everything. It was very cute. They get on fine.
yeah. She used to get along with Lorelai. She doesn't do that anymore either. It's just so I work with her with one bird in the room and my hand on her the whole time. And I do work with her in here a couple of times a week. Well, and you can't. She loves sunflower seeds, but you can't really control her with them either. I mean, she would rather get into an argument with someone over territoriality than eat a sunflower seed. So, yeah, we'd really see Mander get horrified if I were to bring her in. He
Poor
doesn't want.
Amanda.
He does not want to see her face. That's for sure. The only one that would get him more frightened than Cause is Simone. Simone used to chase him all over the place.
See that you said her name and he's like, ah, I'm off.
Oh no, he said the S word.
I mean, she left 7 or 8 years ago, but he's like, ah, no, I remember. I'm too traumatized. I will never forget.
Yeah,
And
she.
that's funny that it's Cos's sister who had the same behavior.
Yeah, that's odd.
If anyone's wondering, Simone is Cos's sister and she doesn't live at the sanctuary anymore. She lives with one of the board members. But as far as we know, she's doing fine last time we had.
Oh yeah, I've got pictures from yesterday. She's having fine.
Oh, good. Excellent.
She's still on Haldol, and she's had some incidents here and there, but one who's taking care of her does, if she so much as burps, she's straight to the vet. So
Better to be too careful than not careful enough.
yeah. Although as difficult as it is to get into an avian vet, I suggest that if you can get a hold of some Baytril and have it, the antibiotic, have that on hand, have some meloxicam, um, and some Silvadine. Some of the basics on hand is not a bad idea. Because sometimes it's difficult to get in to see them.
So
There aren't
Dirty
that
Birds
many.
is oh
Hmm?
sorry, Don. Dirty
That's
Birds
okay.
Inc. has joined us and says prayers for me and my husband. We're very sick. Can birds get pneumonia? So I've responded that I think they can, but they won't catch it from a human. They'll get it by other means. Can you just check that that's right, Don?
I'm not sure. I'll check with my artificial intelligence here. Let me see. Bear with me a second.
I think it's very unlikely that they would catch anything off you. I think they probably could catch pneumonia, but it would probably be more like aspiration pneumonia. It wouldn't be like you breathed on them and they caught your illness. So I don't think you need to worry about that, Dirty Bird.
Give me a second. Asking one more question.
I think in general, there's not very many diseases that can transfer from human to parrot and vice versa. Basically, it's a psittacosis and some forms of avian flu. But when bird flu is going around, it'll be in the news and stuff because it's like a big deal. So it's really only those two that I know of.
Yeah, there are few circumstances where that can happen. It says it's highly unlikely. There are, as we both know, there are few diseases which are transmissible between humans and avians. So, but they, but it also says you should always wash your hands before handling your bird.
Yeah, the main one is
Which
after
is
using the bathroom, I think, rather than breathing on
yeah,
them.
yeah, yep, for sure. Yeah, you got to watch out for E. coli. We need it; they don't. You hear about these E. coli diseases. Well, I'm not so sure we didn't manufacture them in these P4 labs where they're studying cancer, but we need E. coli. We can't digest without it. Without E. coli, we're done. But they don't use E. coli at all to digest it. If they get it, it just makes them sick.
Yeah, so she says, send prayers, my husband can barely breathe. Oh, that sounds horrible. I'm sorry
Uh,
to hear that. I hope you both get well soon. And she also says, should I play with the birds while I'm this sick? Well, only if you feel well enough. Like if, the main thing is to get yourself better.
yeah,
And sometimes, if the bird can see that you're sick, they might try and avoid you anyway. So
yeah.
if
It
they do
depends on the
that, then
bird. Cecil works just the other way. If you're sick, Cecil's going to. Whoops, can't see my screen. Thank you for finally turning my screen again. There we go. He'll come right over and sit with you if you're not feeling well. I have a new buddy that does that too down here.
KK.
Yeah, I was tired one day. I've got a lot of work to do, and I just fell asleep in the chair. I woke up and he was sitting on the top of my chest, just sitting up there, keeping an eye on me, making sure nobody messed with me. He's a sweet little boy. Gotcha. Gotcha. You got your toy close enough to you there. He rubs his beak on it to make music. I thought he'd hammer it, but he doesn't. He rubs his beak on it. Yeah,
Is
the worst one is psittacosis, also known it's a variant of chlamydia. They got it from us, and then it mutated, and then you can catch that from a parrot. Not likely you're going to, unless you're taking your bird in to have its nails done at the local pet store, that kind of thing, because that's where you're going to catch it. Um, Colds, flus, they don't transmit. Um, but pneumonia, as Eleanor was saying, it can be caused by a number of viruses, some bacteria. That it's a condition of the lungs that comes from that is engendered from other things. So
Yeah, to get pneumonia, you either have to aspirate sort of food or something, or you have to have some other infection going on first. Like it would be really, really weird just to randomly catch pneumonia, I think.
yep.
Unless you have like HIV or something like that, but that's obviously not that common, comparatively speaking.
And if you've got any questions like that, I would suggest subscribing to the latest version of ChatGPT, but even the free version 3.5 can answer a lot of your questions. It just doesn't have the last year's current information or the latest algorithm, but a question like one you just asked about pneumonia, I can get an answer out of there, and it will give you a good answer. I'm not going to say that it gives good answers on everything, but it has up to this point everything I've asked about parrots. It's been right on. So even the more complicated stuff like describe the nature of skin on a parrot, and in detail, and it goes through just line by line, doing everything you can get out of a veterinary text. So.
And Rosebud joined us. Hello, Rosebud. Nice to see you.
Hi, Rosebud.
She says it's extremely cold here.
Yeah, what's up with that? You're supposed to be in the desert. Yeah, we did have a freezing day here, though. One day there were things froze. So I've got everything wrapped out there except the backflow. I didn't wrap that. So, meh, Bob, meh. You come out in the
Eh,
second group.
eh, 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 eh. Just goes on and on, poor thing. He knows
Cecil.
when you're on the phone.
Yeah, he does. I'm going to try bringing Cause in here for a little bit. See what happens. I'm not going to let her loose, though. I'm going to have her sit next to me. Cecil won't like that.
Mando won't
But
like that.
Mander's
But
at
the
the far
viewers
end
will
of
like that.
yeah. Mander's at the far end of the room right now, so I think he'll be okay. Cause, come here.
Cozy.
She gets a little trial like this once in a while, so a couple of times a week. Uh-oh, door went open. Can't let the birds out. Over here, Kai.
Hi, Cockatoo.
Nah,
Hi,
calm
Cockatoo.
down. Hi,
She's
cockatoo.
too cute. Hi, Cockatoo. Hi, Cozy Cosmo. Cozy Cosmopolitan bird. Hi, Cos. Hi,
Cecil's
Cozy.
looking like, what's this all about? Why do we have a cause? Hi, cause.
Hi, Cockatoo.
See, the thing about her is her the way her eyes are. And she was stuck in that room for 12 years with her sister, and if you can't read, I can usually read the eyes of a cockatoo, but on hers, you can't really read them. But she is staring at him. I can see that, and he's keeping
What,
his distance.
Cecil, you mean?
Yeah, Cecil's keeping his distance. She doesn't really know KK that much because I usually have KK out of the room when she's in here. How you doing there? You okay?
Cozy Cosmo. She's such a sweet girl. You love that
You want?
Cos.
He helps me with toy making and cooking, don't you? Mostly toy making, you know.
Got to keep variety for her because you do one thing for too long and she gets bored.
Yeah,
Don't you, Cos?
she's started flying away when I cook, going back to her cage. So when I'm making toys, she's more interested. You want to come down and see Cause? You know what she does to you. I don't know why you'd want to see Cause.
You're getting your retaliation in first. Come down and see her. Oh, Cozy.
The the one that's in danger here is me, my hand right there, because if she decides she wants to go for him, she will bite me to get there. That's the way it works. But she's not really biting me. She's just making a path to him to protect me. So you put your head down. That's good. Will you quit pulling her tail? Cecil,
See?
you don't want to fire her up. Pulling her tail. Are you out of your mind? You know who this is. Oh, Mander's not even disturbed. I'm surprised. I'm just sitting up there. Because
Cozy Cosmo. Maybe Cecil thought if he pulls her tail, then she'll launch in the direction away from him.
I think he's just being a pest. See what I mean about quick movements? Where she shook her head
Uh,
there. That's how fast she will go after another bird. It'll just be like that, shake of the head, boom, she's gone. What are you doing? What are you doing? She's incredibly hard to read.
but you're a
You're
good
pretty
girl,
much
though, Cos. We love you.
you're a good girl.
Cozy Cosmopolitan girl.
It's good that
Do you like?
she's ignoring KK. So.
Yeah. Do you like being called Cosmopolitan? I think you do.
I used
That's
to
our
call her Cos.
Cosmo.
I used to call her Cosy, the crash test helicopter pilot. When she didn't have the, she chews her tail feathers if you don't give her medicine. So when she had those chewed off, she couldn't land properly, and she wasn't good at aiming her where she flew to either. So she would be across the room and then wham into something. You know, she became the crash test helicopter pilot.
Mhm.
But she flies fine now, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you,
You're a good
Cause?
girl, Cosmo.
You're
Good girl,
behaving
Cosmo.
well. You're behaving well. Or are you trying to trick me? Huh? Get me to take my hand off you and then wham.
Or maybe she likes it when the phone people are there. It gives her something to do.
Maybe.
Because I've not seen you in a while, Cosy. But you're a good girl.
He's fooled me before. Usually put her in an aviator harness before I bring her in, but I want something I can drag her away from if she gets into a fight.
Yeah, you need to tether her to something so that she can only go up and down in a straight line and not everywhere.
My God. What do you think, Cecil? Amanda's okay with it. He's not freaking out.
What a good boy, Amanda.
Jasmine is still sleeping. Snowball's just keeping a weather eye out. Snowball, Cecil.
Cecil.
And KK's like, okay, I haven't seen her much. Eh, yeah. Hi, Cockatoo. Hi, Cockatoo. Hi, Cockatoo. Hi, guys.
Cozy,
Yeah,
cozy.
you would never guess this is the most aggressive bird. Well, she's just aggressive to birds in both groups. It makes it tough.
Mm, you just can't help yourself, can you, guys?
It's just territoriality. And she's calm while she's on me, but if anybody gets too close, then you gotta watch out. Or she's just the posturing of a bird can get her going. So, right, Cause? Oh, pet you?
Little
You want me
cause.
to keep petting you? Is that what you want? Mm-hmm.
Little cause.
Mm-hmm. Pet the head. Pet the head. Mm-hmm. Oh, now you're gonna burrow? Okay. No, you're not gonna step on her. What are you, out of your mind? No, you're not doing that.
He's playing footsie. Why are
I
you
thought
doing
you had
that,
a.
Cecil?
That'll get her fired up. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Maybe, yeah. I hear you. Now he's hissing. No, no. Pause. Up here. Up here. Hey. Okay.
Off for you.
That's what I have to deal with. Come here.
Well, it was going great for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, she made it more time than usual without a
Yeah,
restraint.
a good girl, cuz. Good girl, Cosy.
Hey, Rome. Hey, Romeo. I know it's a camera. You don't like cameras. Hi. Hello. How's the boy? Thirsty? Gosh. There's the laurel fly.
Lorelai.
You'll be out in a little while, Lorelei. Pip, pip, pip. That's right. Are you sure that's right?
That's right. That's right.
Let's check on that eye, little girl. How's it doing? Oh, it's much better. Much better.
Hi, Lucy.
That was closed this morning when I came in. Overnight.
Mm.
Hello. Yeah, that's a KK. That's a KK bird. Is that a KK bird?
That's a KK bird. And a Cecil. I'm gonna go and hang out in the little nest corner.
Yeah, they're friends now. So
That's good. That's really nice. And good boys.
what are you gonna do with that foot? Mander. Rah, rah. Mander. Not gonna get you fired up today, are we, Mander? He was fairly fired up coming in here, though. He was bouncing his head and making jungle sounds.
Are you having a good time, Manda? It looks like it's having a good time.
He's relaxed. To him, that's what a good time is. But
Mm.
although gets all fluffy and starts bouncing around sometimes. What are you doing down there? Are you grabbing my arm again? He grabs my arm so I'll pet him. You want me to pet that head? I'll pet that head. Bye.
Well, we've got 4 or 5 minutes left, so if anyone has it they want to type, then please do type away and I'll narrate them to Don. But things are still looking quiet in the birdie front. Sugar's preening, Cecil's getting petted, KK's playing quietly by himself, Manda's hanging out, Jasmine's asleep. It's all
And the
calm.
rest are out there waiting for their turn.
Lisa wants
Yeah,
to know what's the temperature in the room that you're in.
about 65 Fahrenheit.
That's quite cold, isn't it, for you?
For me, it is. Yeah, but I don't turn the heat on in this room in overnight. It's off, so um, it generally gets the sunlight in the morning, and that's enough to warm the room up, even with the film on the window. Film on the windows, it still warms it up in here, but not so warm today.
Gosh, it's actually warmer where I live. It's 67 in the living room.
Usually I get in here, it'll be about 75, but
Yeah, because I always
that's
make fun of you of how hot you keep your house, but that's me when we're here today.
see, that's the kind of thing you could tease me about, and then I could just put my hand on the back of your neck, and after you got yourself off the floor from jumping about 3 feet ahead. They're not cold right now, but I washed the dishes and got them pretty warm. And when I need to, I'm just stuffing them in here to warm them up a little bit. It's not so cold that I need my little electric heaters. I found out how these little hand warmers work, and I'm not so sure I'm thrilled. I should have looked it up before, but you can buy these little electric hand heaters, lithium ion. Well, one of them cracked open, and I see all they do is they have a circuit there that lets the batteries overheat. So you're heating your hands with lithium ion batteries that are overheating.
Just don't
That's a
take them
little
on an airplane.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even try there. But they work, but it's just circuitry that basically causes the batteries to discharge, you know, into themselves, which is spooky because lithium ion can catch fire, as we all know with the Samsung Galaxy 9.
Oh, Amy just joined us.
Oh
We're
my
about to
word!
wrap up, but it's nice to see you.
Hi, Snow Queen. I sent you a little poem in iambic pentameter, so I hope you appreciate the poem when you get your internet back. Ah, see, so
Oh, Amy, you missed seeing Cozzy. She came in for 5 minutes, and she was good until she wasn't.
and it happens fast. You see how quickly she changed? Just boom. 1 minute she's sitting there quietly. The next minute she's spinning around to go after Cecil.
Although he didn't help by biting her tail.
No, no, he normally won't irritate another bird, but she's gone after him so many times that I don't know if he's going to forgive her for that. Mm.
You're a good boy, Cecil.
Well, folks, thanks for coming. Thanks, Eleanor, for being the moderator today.
No problemo. And thank you, Don, for the live stream. And thank you, everyone, for coming.
KK says goodbye. Cecil says goodbye. Todd says I'm out of here. Sugar says I'm sleeping. She just opened her eyes. Are you alive over there? And that fake bird I have sitting in the cage over there, Jasmine. And Mander, who's been quiet the whole time. He's alert though. He knows his name. Look right at me, didn't you, kid? Hope to see you all on Wednesday. Stay out of the
Bye.
snow. Stay out of the snow.